let's go to these 2-0 teams and and decide if they're really that good or if it's a product of who they played and how it turned out. Let's start with Buffalo. They're a legit 2-0, I believe. You beat the Ravens, and then who was it? Was it Miami this past weekend?
Yeah, I'm going with the Bills to win the Super Bowl.
Are you? I picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl earlier, so we'll see.
Yeah,
You already went up
I
on me
want
when
Chris Berman
they
to win a
met.
Super Bowl.
All right. All right. How about the Bengals? I think the Bengals, they're 2-0, but the margin of victory, I was looking at the margin of victory for them, I think is like 4 points in those two games. Let me look it up, make sure I'm getting it right. We do we do opinion on this show, but we back it up with facts. Okay. Let's see here. I believe the margin was 4 points.
Well, they won the first game by 2.
The margin is
18.
5. Yeah, they're +5. They won 2 games. They beat the Browns, and then yesterday it was who they played. Just watch those highlights. But yeah, the Bengals. I think they're on borrowed time now. Joe Burrow's hurt. Jake Browning came in and finished up yesterday, but
they rallied to beat Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence and hair yesterday.
Exactly, Jacksonville. So you look at the situation that they're in right now. No Joe Burrow. Yeah. You give all that money to T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, but now you need Browning to get them the ball, and it's the offensive line. I mean, Burrow was constantly under pressure, and he's hurt again. Looks like he's going to be out at least 3 months. So that gets you all the way into December, and he might not be back unless they make the playoffs. So the 2-0 is nice for Cincinnati right now, but they got a real uphill climb. How about, I think, the surprise team of the NFL so far, the Colts. The Colts through 2 games have not punted.
And Giants fans are going, is that the same Daniel Jones that was up here in New York? Wait, that's such a common name. It can't be the same guy.
Yeah, like he still throws too much off his back foot when I watch him. You know what I mean? But the ball's getting there. And, I really liked Tyler Warren, the tight end out of Penn State. I said, man, this guy's going to be the new Kelsey. He's going to be the new Kittle. And sure enough, man, he is really coming along. And then Jonathan Taylor is just coming out of the gate real quick. Oh, we got a Gusty J in the chat. No love for half-foot Ray Wershing. We were talking about kickers.
Oh. Half-foot was Tom Dempsey, not Ray Wershing.
Yeah, right. And then R. Kirstenbrock says someone's going to hit a 70-yarder this year. I would not be surprised if that happens. I think Aubrey's kick might have been good from 70 because it had a little bit of distance on it. But anyway,
yeah, the only real detriment is if you miss, you get the ball where the team kicked it. So you've really got to have faith when you go long distance, and it sounds like the Cowboys have got their guy.
Yeah, so back to the Colts. Haven't punted, haven't turned the ball over, I believe, and so they get the ball and they go down and score. And I mean, Jonathan Taylor he is fast. I mean, he caught a little swing pass on one play, and a couple of guys had an angle on him, and he just went to another gear. He was a sprint champion earlier, and boy, he's really good. And like you said, Daniel Jones has come along. They got good receivers and Warren at tight end. Their defense has been holding up. They got a bit of luck. Sean Payton said he made the call on that kick. So they had a kick. The Colts were kicking to win the game, and the guy misses, but he gets called for leverage. And so Sean Payton said he had used that same kick block formation previously in the past and got penalized for it. Did it again and got penalized again. He said it was on him, but then the Colts get another try at the kick and then they knock it through. So the Colts 2-0. I mean, I want to see how it plays out, over the next month or so. But they look like they are really legit, and Daniel Jones reclaimed his career. Chargers. We talked about them.
For the record, I'm not buying the Colts.
You're not buying the Colts.
Okay, no, I'm not buying the Colts.
Stand by it. Why not?
Well, first of all, they beat the Dolphins, who I am buying as an 0-2 team, and they're good. And they're going to beat the Titans this weekend, who I am buying as an 0-2 team.
Okay.
And Denver is not a measuring stick to see how good the Colts are right now. They've got to play somebody. I want to see the Colts play Buffalo. and
Okay.
then
All
we're going to
right.
see.
See, I'm bullish on Denver. So I
Yep.
thought it was a quality win. I think Denver's pretty good, but we'll see as it plays out. We talked about the Chargers. I think they're a legit 2-0. They look like a really
Yep.
really good team, and they got that 2-game lead in the AFC West on the Chiefs, which is key. All right. How about the Eagles? Eagles are
Um,
2-0. Their point differential is not much either. If I remember correctly, the Eagles have squeaked by a couple of times. The Eagles are just professional winners to me. They just find a way. Yeah, their differential is only +7. So they've had two close games, but they've won two close games, and they keep doing. Excuse me, I keep doing it. I think it. They keep doing it. I think it's 18 out of 19 going back to last season. I mean, they just find ways to win the game.
yeah.
But if they don't throw the ball down the field, I wonder how long that's going to be able to last.
Hurts had a big throw to Devontae Smith on a
A,
3rd and
a,
10.
a, a big throw. A big throw.
Yeah, well,
Let me see here.
uh,
So let's see.
I believe in the Eagles. They got the pedigree. They got an underrated coach. They got an underrated quarterback who plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Uh, the conference is they're not in the strongest of conferences.
Yeah.
Um, so
So
I'm a believer in the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts, 15 of 22, 101 yards. Okay. Now, look, they got a
Because they
great
have
defense.
Saquon Barkley. He doesn't need to throw it.
Well, Saquon had 22 carries, 88 yards. Okay, that's a solid performance. But I think at some point, they're going to have to throw the ball down the field. I'm not saying that they can't do it because they've proven that they can. A.J. Brown has had, I believe, 3 1,000-yard seasons in a row, and then they got Devontae Smith, and they can throw it underneath to the tight end as well, Goddard. So they can throw the ball when they need to. They haven't done it yet, and so I just kind of wonder about them just a little bit. How about the Packers? Also 2-0.
Legit.
Yeah. I think they are legitimate Super Bowl contenders. I would be interested to see. Let's see, the Eagles play the Packers. I'd love to see that game.
They just got the spirit of Dick Butkus from the Cowboys, so they've only gotten better. And Jordan Love appears to have the confidence, and I like the Packers a lot. And that's a tougher division. Well, Minnesota's lost their quarterback, although he reverted back to the first 3 quarters of his first game in his last game before he got hurt. Bears haven't looked that good.
It was really weird watching J.J. McCarthy revert back to, the J.J. McCarthy that had people worried in those first 3 quarters in Minnesota's first game against the Bears. But we'll see. I'm trying to pull up the schedule here to see if the Eagles and Packers play.
The Eagles got the Rams this weekend, so
that'll be a good test because the Rams, man, that Rams defense is no joke.
Yeah.
It is no joke. Okay, so let's see here. Packers. How about the Bucks? We talked about the Bucks. They squeaked by a couple of times, but I think they're really good.
I think the Bucks are legit. I mean, we like Baker Mayfield. We like Todd Bowles' defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. How about the Niners? The Niners have had a ton of injuries. Came into New Orleans, beat the Saints this past weekend. I wasn't happy about it, but Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones.
Yeah.
He stepped up with Brock Purdy out, and Mac Jones delivered a solid performance, enough for them to get the win. You buying the Niners?
I am buying the Niners. You know what's funny, Stan? I think I buy the Niners because whenever I watch them play, all I think about is like Joe Montana and Randy Cross and Jesse Sapolu and Jerry Rice and dudes on. You know what I mean? It's just something about the 49ers that it's kind of like it's similar to the Steelers. Mm-hmm. They have such a winning pedigree.
Yep.
If you know your football history, that you just don't think that they're going to be at any time. They're not going to win it all every time, but they're always going to play at a different level than some of these other teams. Your Cleveland Browns, for example. Why you don't know if you can get behind the Cincinnati Bengals because they haven't done anything forever. Things like that. So I am buying the 49ers.